G'day, guys. Okay, I love this. Okay. Sometimes, like I say, my camera is randomly like just refresh for no reason, but we've got Omichella and Rahley here from Underground. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. How is it to 2-0, only one word, given that only one word, potentially a playoff team?
To be honest, I feel like we've had really close results. So like I think we were bound to have like a good series. So I feel like it's a good win, but I feel like we weren't like coming into the game like nervous or anything like that, like thinking we couldn't win the game. So like for us, I think it's pretty expected.
And yourself, Rahley?
Yeah, I think that like seeing only one word's results against other teams, they kind of have been like smacking teams that have beaten us, for example. But like we've found that in scrims, I think we match up against them pretty well stylistically, which goes to show with the result of this game as well.
Yeah, what do you mean by stylistically? Do you mean like map choices or like strategies? What sort of thing like that?
It's just felt like what we want to do, the way that we structure our game plan, just kind of works quite well against them. Like, it felt pretty easy with the way that we wanted to take space and get info to like know what they were doing.
Yeah. Also, going to say as well from Omi's point of view, okay, so what happened on that 3D round on Dust 2 when they came up unders? Like, what happened? Because I didn't catch it on Nobs. I was focusing on the long duel.
We got out top mid and someone called that they had pushed lowers.
Yep.
So I just walked down from top mid and there were two guys in lowers and I just tapped them both out and then a guy peeked mid door and popped him in the grave. So nice little 3-piece. Get us the swing round. It was actually, it was pretty nice.
Was there like any pressure on both of you in particular, especially when only one word started to make a comeback, given that you guys were leading at 9-3.5 on Dust 2?
We kind of knew what the issue was. Like, we were losing rounds, but we knew how to fix it. So I think like we weren't nervous, but like we weren't pressured at all. I think we just needed to like fix the little micro mistakes we were making. And once we did that, it felt fine.
What sort of micro mistakes were you guys having? Like, you guys could both chime in.
I think it was just like our rotations, like individually, were like a little bit crappy. Like we would like we'd have long control and we'd need to rotate like to stop mid B, but we were like way too slow on it. So yeah, once we fixed that, it was fine because mid B was honestly like the big gap, and was why they were winning rounds. So,
one of the main things that was like I think catching off guard was just the fact that I think that we were up 9-3. They felt the need to try and take some momentum, and they were playing some really weird rounds and some really fast rounds. Like there's one round that Oath has broken the long smoke and just taken a fight onto Omi. And then there's another round where like I was in pit and Freeman's trying to walk out long while looking at a wall. So like they're just trying to catch weird timings and like they're just playing for the puggy style for Dust, and I think that caught us off for a while. And then when we realized that they were just trying to split our map the entire time, the adjustments came in and we were able to close it out.
Okay, so like who's the in-game leader for you guys at the moment?
Mechanical is.
So did you guys take a timeout and be like, yo, this is what's going on, or do you just do it during an eco or something like that, or like how do you address these things like mid-game?
Usually we take timeouts, but I think because the issues were like kind of obvious and we've like spoken about them in the past, we kind of just like switched on and we're like, okay, we need to fix this now, and then we just did it, and it was much better after that.
Yep. So is it more like, because I think Raffleco highlighted this as well, and geez, that's a huge mug. Is it more like...
2 liter water.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it one of those like jugs that just say, 8 glasses of water, so it's like keep chugging and whatnot?
It's just straight up 2 liters.
Damn.
2 liters of solid water.
So it's ice, is that what you're saying?
I wish. It'd be nice and cold.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of lukewarm.
So like we've sort of like planning before the game and whatnot. Is that kind of like what Ruffleco had said on like Love Defrags content? Is that like what's true? Like you guys plan the game before you even get into the server?
We definitely talk about the games beforehand, and we were doing it a lot more mid-season. like when we had a lot of games left. But I think towards the end, because we didn't really have any pressure, we kind of just like went into the mentality of like playing our own game, and like before Ancient started, like I had a little chat about like what we should do and like how we should play the map, but I don't think it was like too in depth. I think just through like scrims and practice, we've kind of got like used to the way we play and like how we fix the issues when they're being exploited.
What was the issues early in the season? Because obviously Underground struggled a lot early in the season. Was it that pressure factor that you mentioned, or was there something else like to it? Like it was a combination of factors.
Honestly,
probably a little bit of it, but
yeah,
a big thing that we've kind of struggled with, and Jack will definitely back me up on this one, of just people not being able to shoot back, which is probably reflected in, I think we probably won like 3 pistols all season.
Yeah, we could not win a pistol.
Like not closing out games that we should have been. Like, big example, 65 rounds yesterday.
It's not enough, mate. No,
yeah,
it's 100 at least. Come on.
Yeah. Look, we didn't even get enough to make the front page of HLTV. It's kind of disappointing. But like, yeah, 5 map points that I think they had more map points than us, but like it felt like ours were like more of a shoe-in to actually win. Like we had a convincing round and we would choke it in the last second. And that just kind of felt like the story of our whole season, of like, we would just be losing these swing rounds and then losing close games. Like we had games against House Bets and Vantage that were like 13-10, 13-9, which we felt like could have easily gone our way. That just the nerves of having a couple people first time in ECL, me, Mechanical, and Cooper, and also just like having off days individually and not being able to shoot back. Pretty big issue.
Is this more of a nerves kind of thing where you feel like you want to do a heroic play or something like that, or is it just like just keep?
I think something that the nerves shows in our play style a lot more, and I think a lot of people have picked up, like watching back some of the VODs and seeing the Twitch chat, is like our nerves are more reflected in people not wanting to die rather than trying to make a hero play.
Okay. What do you think about like Coops' growth in particular? Because he did pretty well on a lot of anchor work, and particularly on both Ancient and Dust 2, where he got about 2 or 3 critical frags that just ended the round.
Yeah, honestly, he's improved so much. Like, I think he's definitely going to be a very good player. Like, he's shown so much improvement just like through the one season, and like he works super hard. So like, yeah, it's been awesome to see him playing well.
And Rahley, your thoughts?
I'm very happy with how sharp he came in today. I said after the game, like after Dust, I'm like, that was some really sharp shooting from you, Coops. And he thought I was shit talking him because he didn't have the best Dust, but I didn't even realize. Like, he's had a pretty rough day of pugs today, so he's done a real good job to come into today with putting his best foot forward. He's shooting really hard on Ancient after a rough day, not letting his confidence be knocked. So, love my little Koopy boy.
Yep.
He's a great teammate, and yeah, puts in a hell of a lot of work.
Also, overall as well for the Mind Freak game, obviously one of the longest. How do you guys like keep motivation of keeping going after going through basically an entire game's worth of OTs? In fact, 2 games worth of OTs.
Funny detail about that was that last time we played Mind Freak before that, the score was 22-19, and against Mind Freak last night, its score in overtime was 22-19.
Yeah, that game was tough to like stay in it, but I think like the fact that we didn't have anything to lose, I think played like a big part in it. Like we weren't stressing, like even during the game, like things got a bit hectic sometimes, but we weren't like, oh, we need to win this game. So like there was no pressure. We kind of just like let it out, let it go, and yeah, it was all good.
And Rahley, your thoughts about that? Like, that game, like, what gets you motivated to keep going even after like these 37, 34 games?
It's just another game. You just keep going until it's over. I think as the game went on, I started getting more motivated. I had a really, really slow start to Nuke.
And an extra question: did you have to refill your water bottle that game as well? No, I did not, fortunately. This thing does keep me hydrated. It usually gets about 1 refill a day, but that's usually like when I'm going to bed. Yeah.
But yeah, I started getting more motivated, I think, as the game went on, which was reflected in my score. I had a really slow start, was not good, and then like going into overtime, I just started saying like, screw it, I'm just gonna go here and get a kill. It's a couple rounds in a row in OT where I just started in a different spot in lobby and someone walked into me and I got a free kill and then just ran away.
Yep. Exponential growth.
Yeah,
on the kills. Yep.
Yeah, the longer the game went on, the more I was feeling it. I almost ended up breaking positive in the end, but positive rating on HLTV, I guess. But you know, at least I didn't stay in the bin.
Yeah. What do you think about Mindfreak's newest recruit, Kairos? Because playing against him for the first time, I think it was his first game in ECL actually.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a sharp player. Like, I don't know too much about him, so I can't really like say whether he's like good or not. But he's definitely a sharp player. But I think maybe like, you know, first official on Mindfreak and it's ECL. Like, I think he was just like a little bit nervous last night. So like, I don't know. It's hard to say, but he's definitely super sharp.
Yep.
He's definitely a very hardworking player, considering that he's in DM like 24 hours a day. But yeah, that's all I can really say to it.
Yep.
Don't really know much else about him.
So with Defrag, you know, the first VRS event in Australia, obviously you guys didn't qualify for it in the end. Like, how much does that mean to you guys to have like a LAN event coming back, basically?
Oh, it was so cool to like a lot of FOMO not being there because it was just like, it's so nice to have it back in the scene. Like, even watching it as a spectator, like we all watched it like in Discord when the games were on, and it's nice to see everyone getting like excited and hyped for like LAN events again. So like, hopefully there's more soon.
And what about you, Rahley?
I didn't really like. It sucked that we missed out on it. I would have loved to go to a LAN, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it when it was going on, aside from just seeing some of the clips on Twitter, because I'm full-time uni, so whenever we're having a downtime with a team, I'm just kind of trying to get ahead in that.
Listen to those
like getting ahead. It's probably a little bit of procrastinating, but you know.
Listen to those lectures and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lectures.
Also, as well, with a lot of different TOs entering the market, as we saw, you know, PGL and also EPL as well entering it, even though they've left recently. How much has that helped you guys with your map depth in particular? Because all these tournaments are, you know, all BO3s and whatnot, not BO1s.
It's nice to play like a lot of officials, because like you can only do so much in prac, and like obviously scrims don't really like recreate the official like situation and the mentality and all that. So it's nice to just like pump out more games and keep getting experience, especially for like the guys on the team that like haven't had a lot of like experience with big games. So it's nice to just like get used to it and get the nerves out and like keep it going. So it's nice.
And Rahley, your thoughts?
I like playing officials. It's good. Having more qualifiers is good. I wish we had more qualifiers to play. I think we would be able to improve a lot quicker if we were able to play more of those quals. I think a lot of the official games we've had have been kind of like turning points for us, like in the team. Like we had the game against Rooster, for example. I know it's not in a qualifier, it's an ECL. Beating them on Nuke gave us a lot of confidence on that map. Just before that, we played EPL against Mindfreak on Nuke. Because like in general, Nuke is like probably one of our least scrimmed maps, but we've got really good official material on it to improve off of. So I think the reviews that we're able to do on officials are a lot more applicable than what we do in scrims.
You guys like
it kind of gets hard when you're just kind of trudging through, you know, like 3 scrims a night, and then having to review them, and sometimes review goes on for hours and kind of not as productive. But we can review an official, and it's a lot like we're a lot more driven when we're playing the officials, so it's a lot easier to go back and review and see what actually the mistakes are made under pressure.
So what do you guys, you know, with your nuke in particular, is your nuke one of your home maps sort of thing? Like, when do you feel your nuke will be comfortable? Is it like beating Semper Fi on it, or what do you feel it stands in particular?
Yeah, I think last night kind of just showed that we're like capable of playing nuke well. I think we just need to like work on our like 2vx's or whatever, like when we're in a man advantage situation and we got like bombed down or whatever. I feel like we just like kind of just troll constantly. Like we lost, I think we had map point a few times, and so did they. But like we were in, I think we lost a 2v1 for map point, and then like another 2v1 or something for another map point. Like if we can just like kind of like fix those little things, and like so many games are different. It's the same with like the whole season pretty much. It's like they're such close games, and the only reason we're losing is because we keep making like little mistakes that cost rounds, and then money gets like swung around, and it's hard to come back from those kind of things. So yeah.
And Rahley, your thoughts?
I think Jack just about covered it.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's weird our nuke because like we feel good on it sometimes, and then like every time we play house bets or variation of house bets like X Talon, basically the same team, we just kind of get pumped, and then then we play Mind Freak and we play them for 65 rounds, or we play Rooster and we should have 13-6 Rooster. We just because of like the little micro mistakes that Jack mentioned, it ended up looking like a really close game. It was like 13-10 or 13-11. But we had a 5v2 at 12-6 against an eco that we lost, and then they got 5 rounds off of it. Whereas if we just close that, then it's like we've just 13-6 Rooster on nuke. So it's just really tidying up those small mistakes across all of our maps, and we close like the season looks completely different.
Yeah, definitely. So who was the exertion on that 2v5? Who was it? Was it ASAP getting like 4 kills or something like that?
ASAP always seems to get kills. I don't even remember, but ASAP is an animal. He always shits on us.
It was just a combination of Chelios and ASAP, because I think ASAP killed. Like we had Coops and Night Raid on ramp, and we got like 3 straight away, and then Night Raid tried to run away. ASAP chased him down, got the orb, chucked the orb to Chelios. We tried to retake ramp. Chelios got to kill. Yeah. Now it's a 3v2.
Oh no.
Then I did something really stupid at single door, which is becoming a recurring thing. I need to stay away from decon on nuke, apparently. And then it's a 2v2.
Yep.
So, fell apart.
What do you think, like, a lot of AU teams in particular, like, need to do? Because once again, you guys are a new team coming from ESC Open, and most likely be going back out of ECL. What do you think new teams who are potentially coming in, whether getting for ESC Open or whatnot, need to really crack on before they start playing games?
Honestly, I think it's just like teamwork. I think teamwork is so important, because I feel like that there's so many people in AU that are like insanely sharp and can shoot and get kills and multi-frag and whatever, but I feel like the teamwork is just lacking, like flashing for each other, doing whatever, like playing off each other. I think like if teams work on that, then it's like a whole different game. And I feel like that's why we've been getting better, is because we like knuckled down on it, and we like really tried to focus on like being a good teammate rather than trying to be the star player like we were saying earlier. So I think that's like a really big thing.
Yep. And yourself, Rahley?
I just think, well, from like scrims against a lot of open teams, something that I think a lot of teams kind of lack is a bit of creativity. Having a bit of a whinge about it when we were playing against the lesser team.
Yeah.
That's not a very nice way to say it, but like where like they'll be in a disadvantage round or something, and they just like send 5 people just to sprint out somewhere with no utility, no timing, not into like off of completely nothing, and they just lose the round instantly. Like just try and be a little bit creative, whether it's you're coming up with rounds in your like in the timeouts or in your free time, or just trying to be creative with things like the way that tier 2 and like tier 3 Europe, for example, those teams are always really great to watch, because they like there's just so many new ideas that they bring up because they're creative. And I think a lot of open teams just kind of pug, and they lack that creativity to make a game really fun to play. Yeah,
and like make it a disadvantage turn to an advantage kind of thing, where you force certain positions and whatnot as well. Now, to get to a more funner side in particular, what's the alternative game that Underground play, and is it prop on?
I wish it was prop on. We honestly we kind of just play CS. Like we've tried like Night Raid and Mechanical, they just watch anime all the time whenever they're not playing CS, which is not my thing personally, but like most of us are honestly just like CS grinders, sadly.
And me and Coops did grind a bunch of don't stop talking.
Yeah, the bomb explodes. Yep.
Yeah. We played a heap of that. Like start of season. I think it might have been before Jack even joined. But we had like a big team talk about comms not being good enough. So I'm like, hey, Coops, let's just get this game and just play the shit out of it because it's entirely comms based. Mm-hmm. And I think it did help for a bit. We haven't played it recently. I think we need to get back on it because comms might be a little bit more down at the moment. But get back on that. But that's just about it. We played a bit of Repo the other day.
Did play some Repo. Repo was fun.
Gotta get back on that as well. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, okay, you guys good at Repo, or you guys just destroy everything?
Nah, I just run around and
play it once.
Yeah, we're just monkeys. We don't even know what we're doing. Just smashing the bottles and not putting anything in the car. It's awful. It's a hard watch.
No worries, guys. Any guys, what do you guys want to say to your supporters? Like anyone in chat, guys who love AUCS and whatnot, before we leave.
Keep watching, man. I got a little Rev in the chat. No, I love it. It's awesome. It's good to see.
To Tom Script Humphreys, my goat. He's always wanting me to shout him out in one of these interviews, so I'm giving it to him this time, even though he's probably not gonna hear it, but he's always somewhere in the background.
He's still bowling to Virat Kohli, mate.
Yeah.
He's still bowling to Virat Kohli, mate.
Yeah. Little mate Hayes, I played with him back like 3 years ago now in my first ever team. I was using his knife today. So it's good to get a win. Maybe the reason we've been losing a lot of games is because I've been playing with a default knife.
I don't believe
the first game that I don't have a default knife, we win, so...
I don't believe that for a second, mate. I reckon you should just have everything default, mate. Default AK, default pistol.
I've done it before, and people got upset when I was rocking them default skins, so...
Anyways, I'd like to thank Grat for the raid as well. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks, Grat.
And, good luck for you guys either in the next season. I'm not sure how that's going to work with BRS. Or
figure it out.
Whatever happens next, pretty much. Or what are the next lane I see you guys at.
Thank you very much, Josh. Have a good night, bro.
See ya. Same to you guys. Bye.